Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were up marginally for the second day in a row as the US Beige report suggests that the economic recovery for the period of July to August has been moderate and the 10-year bond yields have actually spiked up to about 2.88, and on the Syria development, the US Senate has approved the possible military action against Syria, so it remains to be seen how exactly the US is looking at carrying out this particular operation over the next few days. European markets too were marginally up as the Q2 GDP data that came out from the Eurozone was better than expectations, and it means that the Eurozone has actually come out of a 5 to 6 years long recession period. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is flat ahead of the important Bank of Japan policy meet, but the rest of the Asian markets are up anywhere from 0.5 to 1%. SGX Nifty is suggesting that we are going to open up almost about 115 points up to about 5,550 on the back of the pension bill that has been passed and the fact that the new RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan has announced a slew of measures to curb the volatility in the rupee and to ease out the liquidity. So the expectations have started building up on that front. In terms of flows, friends, FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of about 174 crore. The domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 222 crore, and in the index futures, FIs were buyers to the tune of about 180 odd crore. Back home, our markets also saw some kind of up move, and the action was in the IT space where TCS, HCL Tech, Infosys, all of them were strong, and the pharma was the leader of the pack. So Ranbaxy, Cipla, Ipca Laboratories and most of the other pharma stocks were in the limelight, and we think that overall we are around important resistance zone of about 5,500 to 5,550. So if the market remains above this level, then it could actually pave the way for more upside, but the kind of volatility that we are witnessing in the market is definitely not very comforting. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning friends, welcome to the morning conference of derivatives. Friends, from past couple of trading sessions, we've seen that market has taken for granted that a move of more than 2% in a day is fine, and from past few days we have been witnessing on every alternate day that this kinds of sharp moves have been happening in the market. But surprisingly, what we have observed is that the FIs have been remaining on the sidelines in this entire sharp movements which market has been witnessing, and in yesterday's case also we have seen the same thing happening. Now, talking about the activity on the futures and options front, we have seen some short positions been covered in the market, and we have seen a rise of more than 2% in yesterday's trade. We have also seen a rise in the PCR ratio from 1.20 to 1.26. as good amount of addition has been taking place on the put side that of compared to that of call, which is clearly visible in the strikes of 5,300, 100 and 5,000. Now 5,300 put option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest, whereas if we have a look on the call side, it's 5,400 and 5,700 call option, which has comparatively shown a good activity to that of other strikes. Now talking about the broader view, friends, our weekly VWAP is 5350. Yes, we are trading above this, but our bias for the market is range bound. What we feel that is on intermediate basis, 5,300 on closing basis might act as a good support for the market. Until the time market is sustaining above this level, we may see buying emerging in the market at lower levels. On the higher side, 5,550 would be the level to watch on from weekly perspective, but yes, today's SGX Nifty is suggesting a gap up opening of more than 100 points, which would take Nifty closer towards the higher range of the weekly range. From intraday perspective, Bank of Baroda is looking positive, so one can maintain a buy call on it by maintaining a stop loss of 460 rupees 30 paisa. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, an important development that pension bill has finally been passed both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and this is going to be called PFRDA bill, and it allows 26% foreign investment in the pension sector and also gives statutory backing to the interim pension authority that has been functioning on the executive authority over a decade. This definitely has been a big positive for the financial services sector, and we think that some of the companies like Reliance Capital, Aditya Birla Nuvo and Bajaj Finserv could have good action on the positive side in today's market. TCS has bagged a multi-million dollar project from Macau's leading telecom service provider. The exact deal size is not known, but definitely it's going to be a positive sentiment booster for TCS. And Jet Airways and few other airlines have hiked their fares by about 25% because of the increase in the ATF fuel prices as well as the fall in the rupee. Land acquisition bill also has finally been passed by Rajya Sabha, and this bill seeks to provide fair and better value to the farmers for their lands. Definitely it is not perceived to be too positive for the industry as a whole, because the price that they will have to pay would be much higher, plus it may take a while for them to actually complete the land acquisition. And ONGC along with Shell India is in talks with Nagarjuna Oil Corporation for a possible stake in the Kudalur refinery, and the total investment here is about 25,000 crore. Coming to the stock specific news, HCL Tech has bagged a deal from North American firm Direct Energy to implement and manage residential billing. The exact size of the deal is not known, but we think that one can go long on HCL Tech with a stop loss of 1020 and a target of about 1070 to about 1090. Apollo Hospital, some positive news as the consortium of KKR is close to concluding a deal with Apollo Hospital Group for a total investment of about 500 to 600 crore through a group company. So one can go long on Apollo Hospital with a stop loss of 837 and a target of about 880 to about 895. Tata Steel has increased the prices of flat products by about 5% and the long products by about 3 to 5%. So one can go long on Tata Steel with a stop loss of 284 and a target of about 299 to about 304. Also the fact that the Eurozone GDP data has been better than expectations also would have some positive impact on Tata Steel stock. Suzlon, some negative news as the local banks have opposed the chances of Suzlon's offshore bond holders receiving any kind of funds from the company. So one can short Suzlon with a stop loss of 6.25 and a target of about 5.75. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.